Lots, no log sugar. Put it on the list, okay? Now, we're out of Hershey bars. Where's that peanut brittle? I think maybe Dawson's been in it again. I'll put a big meal on the refrigerator door. That'll keep him out of my treats, won't it? You hear me, hon? Why does a coconut fall off? I hate it when the coconut falls off.
Got any old towels?
There you are.
Towels you don't want anymore. How about this swimming towel Loretta gave us? Beach towel, that's the name of it. You want it?
What have you been doing in there?
And a big piece of plastic, like a rubber sheet or something. Garbage bags would do if there's enough.
Don't go making a mess, Jessie. It's 8 o'clock already.
Maybe some old pillows or blankets we got in a soapbox sometime.
I said don't make a mess. Your hair's blacking up, huh?
It's not for my hair, Mama. What about some old pillows anywhere? Or a foam cushion out of a yard chair would be real good.
You haven't got one nowadays, have you? They're all chips, see? I've been waiting all week, Jessie. Saturday night, sugar.
I know. I got it on the schedule.
You want me to wash my hands first, or are you making your mess? We're out of this. Did I say that already?
There's more coming tomorrow. I ordered you a whole case.
The whole case will go stale.
We can go in the freezer till you're ready for them. Where's Daddy's gun?
In the attic.
Where in the attic? I looked your whole nap and couldn't find it anywhere.
One of his shoe boxes, I think.
Full of shoes. I looked already.
Well, he didn't look hard enough then. There's that box and the ones he wore to the hospital. When he died, they told me I could have them back. But I never did like those shoes.
I found the bullets. They were in an old milk can.
Dawson took the shotgun, didn't he? Hand me that basket, huh?
Dawson better not have taken that pistol.
My glasses, too, please. I told him to take those rubber boots, too. He told me they're for fishing. I told him to take up fishing.
He's just too lazy to climb up there, Mama. Or maybe he's just being smart. That floor's not very steady.
It's not a floor at all. Just a board down there. Measure this for me. I need 6 inches.
Dawson could probably use some of those clothes up there. Somebody should have them. You ought to call the Salvation Army before the whole thing falls in on you. 6 inches exactly.
Plenty safe, as long as you don't go up there.
I'm careful.
What do you want the gun for, Jess?
Protection.
Take a TV way too serious, huh? I ain't never seen a criminal in my life. This is way too far to come for what's out here to steal. Never seen a one.
Except for Rick.
Ricky's mixed up, that's not a crime.
Get your hands washed. I'll be right back. And get them real dry. You dry your hands till I get back or it's no go, all right?
I thought Dawson told you not to go up those stairs.
He did.
I don't like the idea of a gun, Jess.
Which shoebox? Do you remember?
Black.
The box was
The
black?
shoes are black.
That doesn't help much, Mother.
I'm not trying to help, Jessie. You don't have anything anybody wants. I mean, I don't even want what we got, Jessie.
Neither do I. Wash your hands.
You come down from there before you have a fit. I can't come up and get you, you know.
I know.
Well, it's handed over to them when they come. How's that? Whatever they want for criminals.
That's a good idea, Mama.
Ricky can grow out of this and be a real fine boy, Jess. But I have to tell you, I wouldn't want Ricky to know we had a gun in the house.
Here it is. I found it.
It's just something Ricky's going through. Maybe he's in with some bad people. He'll get back in school, or get a job. Or you'll get a call one day and tell you he's sorry for all the trouble he's caused you and invite you up for supper someplace dress up.
Don't worry. It's not for him. It's for me.
I didn't think you'd shoot your own boy, Jess. I know you felt like it. I mean, we all felt like shooting somebody, but we didn't do it. I just don't think
Your hands aren't washed. Do you want a manicure or not?
Yes, I do, but
Then wash your hands and don't talk to me anymore about Ricky. Those 2 rings he took were the last valuable things I had. So now he's starting it on other people, door to door. I hope they put him away sometime. I'd turn him in myself if I knew where he was.
You don't mean that.
Every word. Wash your hands. That's the last time I'm telling you.
you to bring down that milk can. Agnes Fletcher sold hers to someone with a flea market for $40 apiece.
I'll go back and get it in a minute. There's a wagon wheel up there, too. There's even a churn. I'll get it all if you want.
What are you doing?
Barrel has to be clean, Mama. Old powder, dust
What
gets in.
for?
I told you.
And I told you we don't get criminals out here.
And I told you. The gun is for me.
But you can have it if you want. When I die, you get it all anyway.
I'm going to kill myself, Mama.
Very funny. Very funny.
I am.
You are not. Don't even say such a thing, Jessie.
How would you know if I didn't say it? You want it to be a surprise? You're lying there in your bed. Maybe you're just brushing your teeth when you hear this noise down the hall.
Kill yourself.
Shoot myself in a couple of hours.
Must be time for your medicine.
Took it already.
What's the matter?
Not a thing. Feel fine.
You feel fine. You're just going to kill yourself.
Waited until I felt good enough, in fact.
Don't make jokes, Jessie. I'm too old for jokes.
It's not a joke, Mama.
Gun's no good, you know. Broke it right before he died. Dropped it in the mud one day.
Steam's okay. I had Cecil's already in there, just in case I couldn't find this one, but I'd rather use Daddy's.
Those bullets are at least 15 years old.
These are from last week.
Where'd you get those?
Feed store Dawson told me about.
Dawson?
I told him I was worried about prowlers. He said he thought it was a good idea. He even told me which kind to ask for.
If he had any
I took
idea
it as
that
a compliment. He thought I might be taking an interest in things. He got through telling me all about the bullets, and then he said we ought to talk like this more often.
Where was I while this was going on?
On the phone with Agnes. About the milk can, I guess. Anyway, I asked Dawson if he thought they'd send me some bullets, and he said he'd just call for me, because he knew they'd send them if he told them to. He's absolutely right. Here they are.
How could he do that?
Just trying to help, Mama.
And I told you where the gun was.
See? Everybody's doing what they can.
You told me it was for protection.
It is. I'm still doing your nails, though. You want to try that new Chinaberry color?
Well, I'm calling Dawson right now. Would you see what he has to say about this little stunt?
Dawson doesn't have any more to do with this.
He's your brother.
And that's all.
Dawson will put a stop to this. Yes, he will. He'll take the gun away.
If you call him, I'll just have to do it before he gets here. As soon as you hang up the phone, I'll just walk into the bedroom and lock the door.
You will not. This is crazy talk, Jessie.
Dawson will get here just in time to help you clean up. Go ahead, call him. Then call the police. Then call the funeral home. Then call Loretta and see if she'll do your nails. I said no. This is private. Dawson is not invited.
Just me.
I don't want anybody else over here. Just you and me. If Dawson comes over to make me feel stupid for not doing it 10 years ago.
I think maybe we should call the doctor. What about the ambulance? You like that one driver I know. What's his name? Timmy? Get you somebody to talk to.
I'm through talking, Mama. You're it. No more.
We're just going to sit around here like every other night in the world and then you're going to kill yourself? You miss. You just wind up a vegetable. How'd you like that? Shoot your ear off. You know what the doctor said about getting excited. You'll cock the pistol and have a fit.
I think I can kill myself, Mama.
You're not going to kill yourself, Jessie. You're not even upset. People don't really kill themselves, Jessie. No man doesn't make sense unless they're retarded or deranged. And you're as normal as they come, Jessie, for the most part. We're all afraid to die.
I'm not, Mama. I'm cold all the time anyways.
That's ridiculous.
It's exactly what I want. Stark and quiet.
So is the backyard, Jessie. Close your eyes. Stop coughing in your ears. Take a nap. It's quiet in your room. I'll keep the TV off all night.
So quiet I don't know it's quiet. So nobody can get me.
You don't even know what Dad is like. What if it's not quiet at all? What if it's like an alarm clock? And you can't wake up, so you can't shut it off, ever.
Dead is everybody and everything I ever knew. Gone. Dead is dead quiet.
It's a sin. Go to hell.
Uh-huh.
You will.
Jesus was a suicide if you ask me.
You'll go to hell just for saying that, Jessie.
I didn't know I thought that.
Jessie! And you can't use my towels. They're my towels. I've had them a long time. I like my towels.
I asked you if you wanted this swimming towel and you said you didn't.
You can't use your father's gun either. That's mine now, too, and you can't do it in my house.
Oh, come on.
No, you can't. I won't let you. The house
into the bedroom and lock the door behind me, so they won't arrest you for killing me. They'll probably test your hands for gunpowder anyway, but you'll pass.
Not in my house.
If I had known you were going to act like this, I wouldn't have told you.
How am I supposed to act, Jessie? Tell you go ahead? It's okay by me, sugar. I'll try myself. What took you so long?
There's just no point in fighting me over it, that's all. Want some coffee?
Jessie, your birthday's coming up. Don't you want to know what we got you?
You got me dusting powder. Loretta got me a new house coat, pink probably. And Dawson got me new slippers. Too small, but they'll go with the robe, he'll say. Right? Be back in a minute.
Started to, but I didn't call.
Good. Thank you.
What's this all about?
About?
What did I do?
Nothing. Want a caramel?
You're mad at me.
Not a bit. I am worried about you, but I'm going to do what I can before I go. We're not going to just sit around tonight. I made a list of things.
What things?
How the washer works, things like that.
Did you grow up wearing dirty clothes?
No.
I know how the washer works. Put the clothes in, you put the soap in, you turn it on, you wait.
Do something else. You don't just wait.
Whatever else it is you find to do, you're still mainly waiting. The waiting's the worst part of it. The waiting's what you pay someone else to do if you can.
Okay, where do we keep the soap?
I can find it.
See?
If you're mad about doing the wash, we could get Loretta to do it.
Well, now that might be worth staying to see.
She'd never in her life, would she?
No.
What's the matter?
She thinks she's better than we are. She's not.
Maybe she didn't wear that yellow all the time.
Wash repair numbers on a little card taped to the side of the machine.
Loretta doesn't ever have to come over here again. Dawson can just leave her at home when he comes. And we don't ever have to see Dawson either if he bothers you. Does he bother you?
Sure he does. Be sure to clean out the lint tray each time you use a dryer. Don't ever put your house shoes in. It'll melt the soles.
What does Dawson do that bothers you?
Just calls me Jess. Like he knows who he's talking to. He's always wondering what I do all day. I mean, I wonder that myself, but it's my day, so it's mine to wonder about, not his.
Family's just accident, Jess. It's nothing personal, hon. Don't mean to get on your nerves. Don't even mean to be your family. They just are.
They know too much.
About what?
They know things about you, and they learned it before you had a chance to say whether you wanted them to know it or not. They were there when it happened. Only it don't belong to them. It belongs to you. But they got it. Like my mail-order bra got delivered to their house.
By accident.
All the same, they opened it. They saw the little rosebuds on it. Chewy mint?
What do they know about you? I'll tell them never to talk about it again. Is it Ricky? Or Cecil? Or your fits? Or your hair's falling out? Or you drink too much coffee? Or you never go out of the house? Or what?
I just don't like their talk. They counted the groceries in Dawson's name when you call. The numbers on the whole list of numbers on the back cover of the phone book.
Well, now we're getting somewhere. Then none of them ever setting foot in this house again.
It's not them, Mother. I wouldn't kill myself to get away from them.
You leave the room when they come over anyway.
I stay as long as I can. Besides, it's you they come to see.
That's because I stay in the room when they come.
It's not them.
Then what is it?
Grocery won't deliver on Saturday anymore, and if you want your order the same day, you have to call before 10, and they won't deliver less than $30 for it. What I do is tell them what we need, and tell them to add on cigarettes until it gets to $30.
It's Ricky. You're trying to get through to him.
If I thought I could do that, I would stay.
Make him sorry he hurt you then. That's it, isn't it?
He's hurt me, I've hurt him. We're about even.
You'll be telling him killing's okay with you, you know. Want him to stop killing next? Nothing wrong with it. Mom did.
Only a matter of time anyway, Mama. When the call comes, you let Dawson handle it.
And then nothing says those calls are always going to be some new trouble he's gotten into. You get one that he's got a job or he's getting married. Or, I know what, how about he's joining the army? Wouldn't that be nice?
If you call the Sweet Tooth before you call the grocery, that Susie will take your fudge next door to the grocery, and it'll all come out together. Be sure you talk to Susie, though. She won't let them put him in the bottom of a sack like that one time. Remember?
Ricky could come over, you know. What if he calls us?
It's not Ricky, Mama.
Oh, anybody could call us, Jessie.
Not on Saturday night, Mama.
What is it? Are you sick? Your gums are swollen. We can get you to the dentist in the morning.
No. Can you order your medicine, or do you want Dawson to? I've got a note to him. I'll add that to it if you want.
Your eyes don't look right. I thought so yesterday.
That was just the ragweed. I'm not sick.
Epilepsy is sick, Jessie.
It won't kill me. If it would, I wouldn't have to.
You don't have to.
No, I don't. That's what I like about it.
Well, I won't let you.
It's not up to you.
Jessie!
I want to hang a big sign around my neck like Daddy's on the barn. Gone fishing.
You don't like it here.
Exactly.
I meant here in my house.
I know you did.
Never should have come back here with me. If you kept that little house of yours and found another place where Cecil left you, you'd have made some friends at least. Had a laugh with you. Had your own things around you. Give Ricky a place to come see you. You never should have come back here.
Maybe.
But I didn't force you, did I?
It was a mistake. We made it together. You took me in. I appreciate that.
You didn't have any business being by yourself right then. But I could teach you might want a place as your own. You could be as close or as far away as you wanted. A grown woman.
Mama!
Should be able.
I'm just not having a very good time, and I don't have any reason to think it'll get anything but worse. I'm tired, I'm hurt, I'm sad, I feel used.
Tired of what?
It all.
What does that mean?
Can't say it any better.
Well, you have to say it better, because I'm not letting you alone till you do. What were those other things, hurt? You had this all ready to say to me, didn't you? Did you write this down? How long have you been thinking about this?
Off and on, 10 years. On all the time, since Christmas.
What happened at Christmas?
Nothing.
So why Christmas?
That's it. On the nose. See where all this is? Red Hot's up front. Sour balls and horehound mixed together in this one sack. New patches of toffee and licorice right in back there.
Go back to your list. You're hurt by what?
Mama.
All right, sad about what? Something real sad going on right now. It's after your divorce or something that makes sense.
No, this store has everything in it that there's no better place for. Extension cords, batteries for the radio, extra lighters, masking tape, thumbtacks, that kind of stuff. The mousetrap's under the sink. But you call Dawson if you've got one and let him do it.
Sad about what?
The way things are.
Not good enough. What things?
Everything from you and me to Red China.
I think we can leave the Chinese out of this.
There's extra light bulbs in a box in the hall closet. We've got a couple patches of fuses in the fuse box. There's candles and matches in the top of the broom closet. But if the lights go out, just call Dawson and sit tight. But don't open the refrigerator door. Things will stay cool in there as long as you keep that door shut.
I asked you a question.
I read the paper. I don't like how things are, and they're no better out there than they are in here.
Don't matter about the newspapers. I can sure fix that.
There's just more of it on TV.
Take it out then.
You wouldn't do that.
Watch me.
What would you do all day?
See, I would too. You want to watch? I'd sing till morning to keep you alive, Jessie, please.
No. It's a funny idea, though. What do you sing?
You had a good life here, Jessie.
Called this morning and canceled the papers. Except for Sunday, for your puzzles. You'll still get that one.
Could get another dog. Like a big dog, didn't you? That king dog, didn't you?
I did like that king dog, yes.
I'm so dumb. He's the one run under the tractor.
That makes him dumb, not you.
For bringing it up. We could get a new dog and keep in the house. Dogs are cheap.
No.
Some for you to take care of.
I've had you.
You too. Much for me already, Jessie. I can fill candy jars all day. You just watch me. You change your self paper and watch the floor when I finish. You don't have to do another thing in this house if you don't want to, Jessie. You don't have to take care of me.
I know that. You've just been letting me do it so that I have something to do, haven't you?
I don't do it as well as you. I just made it to tide you out and make you feel used.
Mama, I know you used to ride the bus. Riding the bus. It's hot and bumpy and crowded and too noisy. More than anything in the world you want to get off. And the only reason in the world you don't get off is it's still 50 blocks from where you're going. Well, I can get off right now if I want to. Because even if I ride 50 more years and get off then, it's the same place when I step down to it. Whenever I feel like it, I can get off. As soon as I've had enough, it's my stop. I've had enough.
You're feeling sorry for yourself.
Plumber's helper's under the sink, too.
Not having a good time. You think I'm having a good time?
I think you're pretty happy. Yeah, you have things you like to do.
Like what?
Like knitting.
I can teach you to knit.
Can't do any of that nice work, Mama.
Good time don't go looking for you, Jess. You can work some puzzles and put in a go at it. Or go to the store. Let's take a taxi and go to the A&P.
I shopped up for about 2 weeks already. You're not going to need toilet paper till Thanksgiving.
You're acting like some little brat, Jessie. You're mad and everybody's born and you don't like it here. And you don't like to go out and you don't like to stay in. You never talk on the phone, you don't watch TV, and you're miserable and John Sweet phone.
It's time I did something about it.
Not something like killing yourself, something like buying us all new dishes. I'd like that. Maybe the doctor let you get a driver's license then. Or I know what, let's do right this minute. Let's rearrange your furniture.
I'll do that, if you want. I've always thought if the TV were somewhere else, you wouldn't get such a glare on it during the day. I'll do whatever you want before I go.
You could get a job.
Took that telephone sales job and didn't even make enough money to pay the phone bill. I tried to work at the gift shop at the hospital, and they said I made people real uncomfortable, smiling at them the way I did.
You can keep books. You kept your dad's books.
Nobody ever checked them.
When he died, they checked them.
That's when they took the books away from me.
That's because without him, there wasn't any business, Jessie.
You know I can't work. I can't do anything. I've never been around people my whole life, except for when I went to the hospital. I could have a seizure any time. What good would a job do? The kind of job I could get would make me feel worse.
Jessie!
It's true.
It's what you think is true.
That's right. It's what I think is true.
But I can't do anything about that.
No, you can't. And I can't do anything either about my life to change it, make it better, make me feel better about it, like it better, make it work. But I can stop it, shut it down, turn it off like the radio when there's nothing on I want to listen to. It's all I really have that belongs to me. And I'm going to say what happens to it. And it's going to stop. And I'm going to stop it. So, let's just have a good time.
Have a good time.
We can't go on fussing all night. I mean, I could ask you things I've always wanted to know. But you could make me some hot chocolate, the old way.
It takes cocoa, Jessie.
I bought cocoa, Mama. And I'd like to have a caramel apple and do your nails.
Didn't eat a bite of your supper.
Does that mean I can't have a caramel apple?
No. I mean, of course you can have a caramel apple.
I thought I could.
I make the best caramel apples in the world.
I know you do.
Or used to. You don't get cocoa like mine anywhere anymore.
It takes time.
The
and
salt's a trick.
trouble and everything.
Trouble? What trouble? It's no trouble. You put it in the pan, you stir it up. All right. Fine. Caramel apples and cocoa. Okay.
You talked to Agnes today?
She's calling me from a payphone this week. God only knows why she's got a perfectly good trim light at home.
Well, how is she?
I wish it every day, Jessie. Nuts.
Is she really crazy or just silly?
No, she's really crazy. She's probably using the payphone this week because she had another little fire problem at home.
Mother,
I'm serious. Agnes Fletcher's burned out every house she ever lived in. 8,000, she's due for another one any day now.
no.
Would surprise me a bit.
Why didn't you tell me this before? Why isn't she locked up somewhere?
Nobody ever got hurt, I guess. Agnes woke everybody up to washer fires as soon as she'd set them.
That's thoughtful, I guess.
One time she even set out porch chairs of sun lemonade.
Real lemonade?
The houses they lived in, you never gonna fall down anyway, so why wait for is all I can make out about it. Agnes likes the feeling of accomplishment.
Good for her.
Why do you ask me about Agnes? 1 cup or 2?
One, she's your friend. No marshmallows.
You gotta have marshmallows, Jessie. That's the old way. 2 or 3. 3 is better.
3 then. Her whole house burns up, her clothes and pillows and everything. I'm not sure I believe this.
Long time ago, Jessie. Not now. When she was a girl. She's still got it in her, I'm sure of it.
She wouldn't burn her house down now. Where would she go? She can't get Buster to build her a new one. He's dead. How could she burn it up?
Exciting though, she did, you never know.
You do too know, Mama. She wouldn't do it.
I guess not.
What else? Why does she roll those whistles around her neck?
Why does she have a house full of birds?
I didn't know she had a house full of birds.
Well, she does, and she says they just follow her home. I happen to know for a fact she's still paying on the last parrot she bought. Gotta keep your life filled up, she says. She says a lot of stupid things. It's all that okra she eats. You can't just willy-nilly eat okra 2 meals a day and expect to get away with it. Made her crazy.
She really eats okra twice a day? Where does she get it in the winter?
Well, she eats it a lot. Maybe not 2 meals.
More than the average person.
I don't know how much okra the average person eats.
Do you know how much okra Agnes eats?
No.
How many birds does she have?
2.
Then what are the whistles for?
They're not real whistles, Jessie, just little plastic ones that she wears on a necklace that she won playing bingo. And I only told you about them because I thought I might get a laugh out of you once, even if it wasn't the truth. Things would have to be true to talk about them, you know.
Why won't she come over here?
Well, now, what a good idea. Should have more cocoa. Cocoa's perfect.
Except you don't like milk.
I hate milk. Coat your throat as bad as okra. Something just downright disgusting about it.
It's because of me, isn't it?
No, Jess.
Yes, Mama.
All right. Yes, then. She's crazy. She's as crazy as they come. She's a lunatic.
What is it exactly? Did I say something sometime? Or did she see me have a fit and's afraid I might have another one if she came over? Or what?
I guess.
You guess what? What she ever said. She must have given you some reason.
Your hands are cold.
What difference does that make?
Like a corpse, she says, and I'm going to be one soon enough as it is.
That's crazy.
That's Agnes. Jessie shook the hand of death, and I can't take a chance it's catching Thelma, so I ain't coming over, and you can understand it all. But I ain't coming. I'll come up the driveway, but that's as far as I go.
I thought she didn't like me. She's scared of me. How about that? Scared of me.
Could make her come over here. I could call her up right now, and she could bring those birds and come visit. I didn't know you ever thought about it. I'll tell her she has to come, and she'll come all right. She owes me one.
No, that's all right. I just wondered about it. When I'm in the hospital, does she come over here?
Her kitchen's just a tiny little thing. When she comes over here, she feels like, well, we all like a change of scene, don't we?
Sure we do. Plus, there's no birds darting around.
I hate those birds. She says I don't understand them. What said I understand about birds?
Why Agnes likes them, for one thing. Why they stay with her when they could be outside with the other birds. What their singing means. How they fly. What they think Agnes is.
Why do you have to know so much about things, Jessie? Just not that much to things that I could ever see.
That you could ever tell, you mean. You didn't have to lie to me about Agnes.
I didn't lie. You never asked before.
You lied about setting fire to all those houses and how many birds she has and how much okra she eats and why she won't come over here. If I have to keep dragging the truth out of you, this is going to take all night.
It's fine by me. I'm not a bit sleepy.
Mama.
All right. Answer whatever you want. Here.
Did you love Daddy?
No.
I didn't think so. Were you really 15 when you married him?
When he told it, I'm sitting in the mud one day. He comes along, drags me in the kitchen. She's been there ever since.
Yes.
No. It was a big fat lie. The whole thing. He just thought it was funnier that way. God, there's milk in here.
Cocoa helps.
Not enough, though, does it? You can still taste it, can't you?
Yeah. It's pretty bad. I thought it was my memory that was bad, but it's not. It's the milk, all right.
It's a real waste of chocolate. You don't have to finish it.
Thanks, though.
You should have known not to make it. I knew you wouldn't like it. You never did like it.
You didn't ever love him? Or he did something and you stopped loving him? Or what?
He felt sorry for me, Jess. He wanted a plain country woman, and that's what he meant, and then he held it against me for the rest of my life like I was supposed to change and surprise him somehow. I remember this one time. He was standing out on the porch, and I told him to go in and get a shirt on. He went and got one all right. And he said to me, real peaceful but to the point, you're right, Thelma. God meant for people to go around without any clothes on. They'd have been born that way.
Didn't mean anything by that, Mama.
He never said a word he didn't have to, Jessie. That was probably all he said all day, Jessie. So if he said it, there was something to it. I never did figure that one out. What'd that mean?
I don't know. I liked him better than you did, but I didn't know him any better.
How could I love him, Jessie? I didn't have the thing you wanted. Got his fair share, though. You loved him enough for the both of us. You used to follow him around like something. Jessie, all the man ever did was farm and sit. Try to think of somebody to sell the farm to.
Or make me a boyfriend out of pipe cleaners and sit back and smile like the stick man was about to dance and wasn't I going to get a kick out of that. Or sit up with a sick cow all night and leave me a chain of sleepy stick elephants on my bed in the morning.
Oh, just sit.
I liked him sitting. Big old faded blue man in a chair. Quiet.
Agnes got more talk out of the birds than I got from the two of you. Could have had that gone fishing sign around his neck in that chair. I saw him stir off the water. I saw him look at the weather roll in. I got so I could practically see the boat myself. But you knew what he was thinking about and you're going to tell me.
I don't know. His life, I guess. His corn, his boots, us. Things you know.
No, I don't know, Jessie. You had those quiet little conversations after supper every night. What were you whispering about?
You weren't whispering, you were just across the room.
What did you talk about?
We talked about why black socks are warmer than blue socks. Is that something to go tell Mother? You're just jealous that I'd rather talk to him than wash dishes with you.
I'm jealous because you'd rather talk to him than anything. If I'd died instead of him, you know, he wouldn't have taken you in like I did.
I wouldn't have expected him to.
Then what would you have done?
Come visit.
Oh, I see. He died and left you stuck with me and you're mad about it.
Not anymore. He didn't mean to. I didn't have to come here. We've been through this.
Maybe you think if I loved him more at all, he'd still be alive.
Never thought that.
He felt sorry for you, now. Don't you kid yourself about that, Jessie. He said you were runt, and he said it from the day you were born, and he said you didn't have a chance.
I know he loved me.
So what if it did? It didn't change anything.
Didn't have to. I miss him.
Never really went fishing, you know. Never once. His tackle box was full of chewing tobacco. All he ever did was drive out to the lake and sit in his car. Dawson told me. When he at the bait shop, he told Dawson. They all laughed about it. When he get back from fishing, all it had to show for it was a whole pipe cleanup family. Chickens, pigs, a dog with a bad leg. It was creepy strange. Made me sick just to look at them. I had his pipe cleaners a couple times, but he always had some more somewhere.
I thought it might be better for you after he died. You get interested in things, breathe better, change somehow.
Into what? The Queen? A clerk in a shoe store? Why should I? Because he said to, because you said to? Well, I wasn't here for his entertainment, and I'm not here for yours either. I don't know what I'm here for, but I don't think about it. Bet you wouldn't be killing yourself if he was still alive. It's fine thing to figure out, isn't it?
It's not true.
Oh, no? Then what were you asking me about him for? Why'd you want to know if I loved him?
I just didn't think you did, that's all.
All right. Now you know. Do you feel better now?
Feels good to be right about it.
It didn't matter if I loved him. It didn't matter to me, and it didn't matter to him. It didn't mean we didn't get along. It wasn't important. We didn't talk about it. Take all these out of the pot.
What for?
Just leave me this one can and get me a can opener, a knife, fork, and the big spoon and leave them out here where I can get them.
Don't do that, I just straightened that drawer.
Throw out all the cups and plates. I'll use paper. Loretta can have what she wants and Dawson can sell the rest.
What are you doing?
I'm not cooking. Never liked it anyway. I like candy wrapped in plastic and covered in sacks and tuna. I like tuna. I'll eat tuna, thank you.
What if you want to make apple butter? You can't make apple butter in this little pan. What if you leave carrots on cooking and burn up this pan?
I don't like carrots.
What if the strawberries are good this year and you want to go picking with Agnes?
I'll tell her to bring a pan. You said you do whatever I want. And I don't want a bunch of pots cluttering up my cabinets that I can't get down to anyway. Throw them out, every last one.
I'm putting them all back in. I'm not taking them to the porch. If you want them, they'll be here. You'll bend down to get them like you got the one for the cocoa. If somebody else comes over here to cook, well, they'll have something's cooking. And that's the end of it.
Who's going to come cook here?
Agnes,
And my pot's not on your lap.
there's no reason why the two of you could just live here together. Be cheaper for the both of you, and somebody to talk to. And if the birds bother you, well, one day when Agnes is out getting her hair done, you take them all for a walk.
Now I know why you're pestering about Agnes. You think you can rest easy if you get me a new babysitter? Well, you can't. I don't want to live with Agnes. Barely want to talk with her. She's around. Go back, that's all. I'm not letting Agnes leave this place. You don't get off as easy as that, child.
Okay then, it's just something to think about.
I don't like things to think about. I like things to go on.
I want to know what Daddy said to you the night he died. You came storming out of his room and said I could wait it out with him if I wanted to. But you were going to watch Gunsmoke. What did he say to you?
He didn't have anything to say to me, Jessie. That's why I left the room. He didn't say a thing. It was his last chance not to talk to me, and he took full advantage of it.
I'm sorry you didn't love him. Sorry for you, I mean. He seemed like a nice man.
Ready for your apple now?
As soon as I'm through here, Mama.
Don't like the apple either. Just like the cocoa. Never did like eating, did you? Anything. What have you been living on all these years? Toothpaste?
Now you know the milkman comes on Wednesdays and Saturdays, and he leaves the order blank in an egg box, and you give the bills to Dawson once a month.
Do they still make that orangeade?
It's not orangeade, it's just orange.
Well, I'm going to get you some. I thought they stopped making it. You just stopped ordering it.
You should drink milk.
Not anymore. I'm alcoholic. Chocolate was the last. Hooray!
I told him to keep delivering a quart of it no matter what you said. I told him you'd run out of Cokes and you'd have to drink it. I told him I knew you wouldn't pour it on the
And you
ground.
told them you wouldn't be ordering it anymore.
I told him I was taking a little holiday to look after you.
And they didn't think there was something funny about that. You who never goes to the front steps. You who only ever sees the driveway looking down from a stretcher passed out cold.
They said it was about time, but why didn't I take you with me? And I said I didn't think you'd want to go. And they said, yeah, everybody's got their own idea of vacation.
You think that's funny?
You know, there's never any reason to call the ambulance for me. All they ever did for me in the emergency room was let me wake up. I could have done that here. Now, I'll just call them out and you say yes or no. I know you like pickles. Ketchup?
Keep it.
I've had this since the last 4th of July.
Keep the ketchup. Keep it all.
You're going to drink ketchup from the bottle or what? How can you want your food and not want your pots to cook it in? This stuff will all spoil in here, Mother.
Nothing I ever did was good enough for you, and I want to know why.
That's not true.
And I want to know why you lived here this long, feeling the way you do.
You have no earthly idea how I feel.
How could I, Jessie? You're real far back there.
Back where?
What's it like over there where you are, Jessie? People always say the right thing or get what they want or what?
What are you talking about?
Why do you read the newspapers? Why don't you wear that sweater I made for you? Do you remember how I used to look on my just any old woman to you now? When you have 50 stars or what? How'd you fall off the horse? Really? Why did Cecil leave you? Where'd you put my old glasses?
They're in the bottom drawer of your dresser in an old milk and magnesia box. Cecil left me because he made me choose between him and smoking.
Jessie, I know he wasn't that dumb.
I never understood why he hated it so much when it's so good. Smoking's the only thing I know that's just what you think it's going to be. Just like it was the last time. Right there when you want it and real quiet.
Your fits made him sick and you know it.
Say seizures, not fits.
It's
Seizures.
the same thing. I sees you in the hospitals, I fit at home.
They didn't bother him at all, except he did feel responsible for it. It was his idea to go horseback riding that day. It was his idea I could do anything if I just made up my mind to. I fell off the horse because I didn't know how to hold on. Cecil left for pretty much the same reason.
He had a girl, Jessie. I walked right in on him in the tool shed one day.
Okay, that's fair. Was she very pretty?
She was Agnes's girl. Colleen, judge for yourself.
Well, I guess you and Agnes had a good talk about that, huh?
I never thought he was good enough for you. He moved here from Tennessee, you know.
What are you talking about? You liked him better than I did. You flirted him out here to build your porch. I never met him at all. You thought maybe he'd help you around the place. Come in and get some coffee and talk to you. God knows what you thought. All that curly hair.
He was the best carpenter I ever saw, Jessie. The little house he owns will be standing at the end of the world.
You didn't need a porch, Mama.
So I wanted you to have a husband.
I couldn't get one on my own, of course.
How are you going to get a husband on your own, never opening your mouth to a living soul?
So I was quiet about it. So what?
So I just sort of let you sit here? Sit like your daddy? Sit here?
Maybe.
Well, I didn't think so.
Well, what did you know?
I never said I knew much. How could I know anything living way out here? I didn't know enough to do half the things I did in my life. Things happen. You do what you can about them, and you see what happens next. I met you off with the wrong man. I admit that. So I took you in when he left. I'm sorry.
He wasn't the wrong man, Mama.
He didn't love you, Jessie, or he wouldn't have left.
He wasn't the wrong man. I love Cecil so much, and I tried to get more exercise, and I tried to stay awake. I tried to learn to ride a horse. I tried to stay outside with him, but he always knew I was trying, so it didn't work.
He was a selfish man. He said he didn't like to see people move into his houses after he built them. He knew they'd mess him up.
I love that bridge he built over the creek in back of the house. It didn't have to be anything special. A couple of boards would have been just fine, but he used that yellow pine and rubbed it so
He had
smooth.
responsibilities here. He had a wife and a son here, and he failed him.
Or that baby bed he built for Ricky. I told him he didn't have to spend so much time on it, but he said it had to last. And the thing ended up weighing 200 pounds, and I couldn't move it. I said, how long does the baby bed have to last anyway? But maybe he thought it was strong enough. It might keep Ricky a baby.
Ricky is too much like Cecil.
He is not. He's as much like me as it's possible for any human to be. We even wear the same size pants. These are his, I think.
It's just the same size. That's not you're the same person.
I see it on his face. I hear it when he talks. We look out at the world and we see the same thing. Not fair. And the only difference between us is Ricky's out there trying to get even. He knows not to trust anybody. Got it straight from me. He knows not to try and get work. Guess where he got that? He walks around like there's loose boards on the floor. Do you know who laid that floor? I did.
Ricky isn't finished yet. You don't know how he'll turn out.
Yes, I do, and so did Cecil. Ricky is the two of us together for all time in too small a space. We're tearing each other apart, like always, inside that boy, and if you don't see it, then you're just blind.
Give him time, Jess.
Oh, he'll have plenty of that. 5 years for forgery, 10 years for him to...
Stop that, Jessie! Cecil might be ready to try things again. Go downtown, find him. You talk to him. Didn't know what he had here before, but he might see things different now, and you won't know that till you go find him. Call him up. He might be home.
And say what? Nothing's changed, Cecil. I'd just like to look at you if you don't mind. No. He loved me, Mama. He just didn't know how things fall down around me like they do. I think he did the right thing. He gave himself another chance, that's all. But I did beg him to take me with him. I did tell him I'd leave you and Ricky and everything I loved out here if only he would take me with him. And he couldn't. I understood that. I wrote that note I showed you. I wrote it, not Cecil. I said, I'm sorry, Jessie. I can't fix it all for you. I said I'd always love me, not Cecil, if that's how he felt.
Then I should have taken you with him.
Mama, you don't pack your garbage when you move.
You will not call yourself garbage, Jessie.
Just a way of saying it. Thinking about my list, that's all. Well, a little more than that. What I'm trying to say is it's all right that Cecil left. It was a relief in a way. I was never what he wanted to see, so it was better when he wasn't looking at me all the time.
I'll make you apple now.
No, just get the manicure stuff and I'll be right there.
Jessie, I think your dad
Garbage
has
night is Tuesday. Put it out as late as you can. Dave says dogs will get into it if you don't. And keep ordering the heavy black bags. It doesn't pay to buy the cheap ones. And I've got all the ties here with the hammers and all. Take them out of the box and put them in this drawer as soon as you open a new one. They'll get lost if you don't, and rubber bands or something else won't work.
I think your daddy had fits too. I think your second Chan had little fits. I read this a long time ago in a magazine how little fits go. Just little blackouts, or maybe their eyes don't close, and people just call them thinking spells.
I don't think you want this manicure we've been looking forward to. I washed this cover for the sofa. It'll take the both of us to put it back on.
I washed his eyes, I know that's what it was. This magazine said some people don't even know they have one.
Daddy would have known if he had fits, Mama.
This lady in the magazine, she kept track of her fits, and she had 80,000 of them in the last 11 years.
Next time you wash this cover, it'll dry better if you put it on wet.
Listen to what I'm telling you, Jessie. This lady, she had anywhere between 5 and 500 fits a day. They lasted maybe 15 seconds apiece, so they're out of her whole life. She'd only lost about 2 weeks altogether, and she had a full-time secretary job and an IQ of 120.
want to talk about fits. Is that it?
Yes, I do. What I want to say is that
Most of the time, I wouldn't even know that I've had one, except I wake up with different clothes on, feeling like I've been run over. Sometimes I feel my head start to turn around, or hear myself scream. Sometimes there is this dizzy, stupid feeling just before it, but if the TV's on, well, it's easy to miss.
I can tell when you're going to have one, Jessie. Your eyes get this big. But, Jessie, you haven't had one.
What do they look like? The seizures.
Different each time, Jess.
Okay, pick one then. A good one. I think I want to know now.
Not that much to tell. You just crumple in a heap, like a puppet. Somebody cut the strings all at once. Or like a firing squad in one of those Mexican movies. You just slide down the wall. You know. You don't know what happens. How can you not know what happens?
I'm busy.
That's not very funny.
I'm not laughing. My head turns around and I fall down. Then what?
Mouth bites down. And I have to get your tongue out of the way so you don't hurt yourself.
Or you. I hurt you too, don't I?
You got me once. Real good, I had to get a tetanus. But I know what to look for now. Then you turn blue and the jerks start up. Like I'm standing there, poking you with the cattle prod. Or you're sticking your finger in a light socket as fast as you can.
Foaming like a mad dog the whole time.
It's bubbling, just not foaming like the washer overflow, for God's sake. It's bubbling, like a baby spitting up. I don't get a wet washcloth, that's all. Then jerk, slow down, you wet yourself. 2 minutes stop.
How do I get to the bed?
How do you think?
I'm too heavy for you now. How do you do it?
I call Dawson. But I get you cleaned up before he gets hit. I make him leave before you wake up.
You just leave me on the floor.
So I wanted you to wake up someplace nice. Jessie, this is the reason I even brought it up. You haven't had a seizure for a solid year. A whole year, do you realize that?
Yeah. Phenobarbital's about right now, I guess.
You bet it is. You might be through with this for all time. You might not ever have another one, Jessie.
Maybe.
You're better, I know you are.
I sure am feeling better. I really am. The double vision's gone and my gums aren't swelling. No rashes or anything. I'm feeling as good as I've ever felt in my whole life. I'm even feeling like worrying or getting mad. I'm not afraid it'll start a fit if I do. I just go ahead.
Of course you do. You can even yell at me if you want. I can take it. You don't have to act like you're just visiting here, Jessie. This is your house, too.
Best part is my memory's back.
Your memory's always been good. When can you remember things? You always remind
I
me.
made lists for everything. But now I remember what things mean on my list. I see dish towels. I used to wonder whether I was supposed to wash them, buy them, or look for them, so I wouldn't remember where I'd put them after I washed them. But now I know it means wrap them up. They're a present for Loretta's birthday.
You used to go looking for your list, too. I noticed that. You always know where they are now. His birthday's coming up, is it?
I made a list of all the birthdays for you. I even put yours on, so you can call Loretta and remind her.
Let's call Loretta and take her to the Howard Johnsons to have those fried clams. I know you love that clam roll.
I won't be here, Mama.
What have we just been talking about, Jessie? You'll be here. You're well. You're starting all over. You said so yourself.
I
No matter-
won't be here. If I'd ever had a year like this, did things straighten all before now, I'd be gone already.
No, Jessie.
Yes, Mama. Once I started remembering, I could see what it all added up to.
The fits are over.
It's not the fits, Mama.
That's me for giving them to you, but I didn't do it.
It's not the fits. You said it yourself. The medicine takes care of the fits.
God gave you those fits, Jessie. He passed it down to you like your hazel eyes and your straight hair. It's his fault, not mine.
So what if he had little fits? It's not inherited. I fell off the horse. It was an accident.
You had a fit when you were 5 years old. The horse wasn't the first time.
I did not.
You did too. You were eating a popsicle and down you went.
Well, you took your time telling me.
How do you tell that to a 5-year-old?
What did the doctor say?
He said there was nothing to do but wait for another one. Kids get them all the time.
But I didn't have another one. You mean to tell me I had fits all the time as a kid and you just told me I fell down or something? It wasn't until I had a fit when Cecil was looking that anybody bothered to find out what's the matter with me?
It wasn't all the time, Jessie, and they changed what you went to school. Well, like your dad's. I was swell. Sitting there some nights with the two of you turning off and on like light bulbs.
How many fits did I have?
You never hurt yourself. I never let you out of my sight. I caught you every time.
You didn't tell anybody.
It was none of their business.
You were ashamed.
I didn't want anybody to know, least of all you.
Least of all me. Oh, right. That was mine to know, Mama, not yours. Did Daddy know?
He thought you... You fell down, Ralph. That's what he thought. You were careless. Or maybe he thought I'd beat you. I don't know what he thought. He didn't think about it.
Because you didn't tell him.
If I had told him about you, I'd have to tell him about him.
I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
I didn't think you'd like it. That's why I didn't tell you.
Just get the manicure tray and sit down.
I don't want a manicure.
Doesn't look like you do. No.
Maybe I did drop you. You don't know.
Say you didn't. You didn't.
Maybe I fed you the wrong thing. Maybe you had a fever once and I didn't know it soon enough. Maybe it's a punishment.
For what?
I don't know, because of how I felt about your father, because I didn't want any more children. Because I smoked too much or ate the wrong thing when I was carrying you. It has to be my fault.
It does not. It's just a sickness, not a curse. Epilepsy doesn't mean anything. It just is.
I'm not talking about the fits here, Jessie. I'm talking about this killing yourself. It has to be me that's the matter here. You wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't. I didn't tell you things, or I made you off with the wrong man, or I took you in and left and let your life get away from you, all of it put together. I don't know what I did, but I did it, I know. I don't know what to do about that man.
It doesn't have anything to do with you.
Everything you do has to do with me, Jessie. You can't wash your face or cut your finger without doing it to me, that's right. You might as well kill me as you. It's the same thing. This has to be about me.
Then what if it does? What if it has everything to do with you? What if you're all I have and you're not enough? What if the only way I can get away from you for good is to kill myself? What if I could take all the rest of it if only I didn't have you here? What if it is? I can still do it!
Don't leave me, Jessie, no!
I have a box of things I want people to have. I'm just going to get it for you. You just rest a minute.
Can't I live here without you, Jessie? I need you. You're supposed to tell me to wash my face and say how nice I look in my pink dress and drink my milk. You're supposed to go around lock up so I know we're safe for the night. When I get up, you're supposed to be out there making me coffee every day and watching me get older. When I die, you're supposed to help me. I can't do that by myself, Jessie. I'm not like you, Jessie. How can I get up every day knowing you had to kill yourself to make it go away? And I was here all the time and I didn't even know. You gave me this chance to make it better. Convince you to stay alive, and I couldn't do it. How can I live with myself after this, Jessie?
I only told you so I could explain it, so you wouldn't feel bad, so you wouldn't blame yourself. There wasn't anything you could say to change my mind. I didn't want you to save me. I just wanted you to know.
Stay with me. Just a little longer. Just a few more years. I don't have that many more to go. Maybe with me gone, you can get all the peace and quiet you want right here in the house. Maybe you'll put in some begonias and get just the right rain for them all summer. Ricky will be married by then. Bring over your grandbabies and you can sneak them a piece of candy behind the daddy's back. Be real glad when they've gone home and left you to your quiet again.
Don't you see, Mama? Everything I do winds up like this. How could I think you would understand? How could I think you would want a manicure? I could hold hands for an hour and then I could go shoot myself? I'm sorry about tonight, Mama. That's exactly why I'm doing it.
If you got the guts to kill yourself, Jessie, you got the guts to stay alive.
I know that. So it's really just a matter of where I'd rather be.
Look, maybe I don't know what you should do. But that doesn't mean this is something that might help. You find it. You think of it. You get brave and you try some more. You don't have to give up.
I'm not giving up. This is the other thing I'm trying, and I'm sure there are some things that might work, but might work isn't good enough anymore. I need something that will work. This will work. That's why I picked it.
But something might happen, something that could change it all. I don't know what it is, but it might be worth waiting for. Try it. Just a few more weeks. We can have more talks like tonight.
No, Mama.
Let you have your say. Tell you the truth when you ask, pay more attention to you.
No, Mama. We wouldn't have any more talks like tonight because it's this next part that's made this last part so good, Mama. No, Mama. This is how I have my say. This is how I say what I thought about it all, and I say no to Dawson and Loretta and the Red Chinese and Epilepsy and Ricky and Cecil and you and me and Hope. I say no. Just let me go easy, Mama.
How can I let you go, Jessie?
You can because you have to. It's what you've always done.
You're my child!
What became of your child? I found an old baby picture of me. It was somebody else, not me. It was somebody pink and fat, who had never heard of sick or lonely. Somebody who cried and got fed and reached up and got held and kicked but didn't hurt anybody and slept whenever she wanted to just by closing her eyes. Somebody who mainly just laid there and laughed at the colors waving around over her head and chewed on a polka dot whale and woke up knowing some new trick nearly every day. Rolled over and drooled on a sheet and felt you pulling the quilt back up over me. That's who I started out. This is who is left. That's what this is about. It's somebody I lost all right. It's my own self. Who I never was, or who I tried to be and never got there. Somebody I waited for who never came and never will. So see, it doesn't much matter what else happens in the world, or in this house even. I'm what was worth waiting for, and I didn't make it. Me, who might have made a difference to me, and I'm not going to show up. So there's no reason to stay, except to keep you company. And that's not reason enough, because I'm not very good company, am I?
No, neither am I.
I had this strange little thought. Well, maybe it's not so strange. Anyway, after Christmas, after I decided to do this, I would wonder sometimes what might keep me here, what might be worth staying for. Do you know what it was? It was maybe if there was something I really liked. Like, maybe if I really liked rice pudding, or cornflakes for breakfast, or something, that might be enough.
Rice pudding is good.
Not to me.
And you're not afraid?
Afraid of what?
I'm afraid of it. For me, I mean, when my time comes. I know it's coming, but...
You don't know when, like in the scary movie.
Yeah. Sneaking up on me like some killer on the loose. Hiding out in the backyard just waiting for me to have my hands full one day. How am I supposed to protect myself when I don't know what it sounds like? And I don't know what it looks like coming up behind me like that. Well, if it'll hurt very much, it'll take very long, or what I don't get done before it happens.
You have plenty of time left.
I can get what for right now.
Or whatever happens, I don't know, for the rest of your life. For Agnes burning down one more house, or Dawson losing his
Jesse,
hair.
I can't just sit here and say, okay, kill yourself if you want.
Sure you can. You just did. Say it again.
How dare you? You think you can just leave here whenever you want, like you're watching television or something? Well, you can't. Make me feel like a fool for being alive, Jesse, and you are so wrong. Because I like it here. I'm going to stay here till they make me go, until they drag me screaming, and I mean screeching in my grave. And you're real smart to get away before that, because you ain't never heard noise in your life like that, honey. Who am I talking to? Y'all be gone, aren't you? Looking right through you. I can't help it because you're already gone. Guess you think they'll all have to talk about you now. Guess you think this will really confuse them. That's right. Ever since Christmas, you've been laughing yourself and saying, boy, are they ever in for a surprise? Well, I'm going to tell you something. They ain't going to be a bit surprised, sweetheart. This is so like you. Do it the hard way. That's my girl. You know who they're going to feel sorry for? Me. How about that? Not you, me. They're going to be ashamed of you. Yes, ashamed. When someone asks Dawson about it, he'll change the subject as fast as he can and talk about how much he has to pay to park his car these days.
Leave me alone.
It's the truth.
I should have just left you a note.
Yes! I thought about the things you said.
It's okay, Roger. Now, I remember you liked that one preacher who did Daddy's. So if you want to ask him to do the service, that's okay with me.
What?
And pick some songs you like. Or let Agnes pick. She'll know exactly which ones. Oh, I had your dress cleaned that you wore to Daddy's. You looked real good in that.
I don't remember, huh?
It won't be so bad once your friends start coming to the funeral home. You'll probably see some people you haven't seen for years. I've thought about what you should say to get you over that nervous part when they first come in.
Coming.
Take them up to see their flowers. They'd like that. And when they say, I'm so sorry, Thelma, you just say, I appreciate you coming, Connie. And take them up, tell them how things are going, and ask how their garden was this summer, or what they're doing for Thanksgiving, or how their children are doing.
I don't think I'll ask them about their children. Talk about what they get on. It's always good. And I have some knitting with me.
Agnes would be there, so you might not have to talk at all.
Maybe if Connie Richards does come, I can get her to tell me where she gets that Irish yarn. I know it doesn't really come from Ida. I think it just comes from Green Rat.
And be sure to invite enough people home afterwards, so you get enough food to feed them all, and have some left for you. But don't let anybody take anything home, especially Loretta.
Better get all the food set up, honey. It's only fair to let her have some macaroni or something.
No, Mama, you have to be more selfish from now on. Now, somebody's bound to ask you why I did it. And you just say you don't know, that you love me, and you know I loved you. And we sat around tonight like every other night of our lives. And I came over and kissed you and said, Night, Mother. You heard me close my bedroom door. And next thing you heard was a shot. Whatever reasons I had, well, you guess I just took them with me.
It was personal.
Good. That's good, Mama.
That's what I'll say.
Personal. Yeah.
Is that what I tell Dawson and Loretta too? Just sat around, kissed me. They won't believe it, Jessie. They want to know more.
Well then, tell them what we did. I filled the candy jars, I cleaned out the refrigerator, made some hot chocolate and put the cover back on the sofa. You had no idea, all right. I really think it's better that way. If they knew we talked about it, they really wouldn't understand how you let me go.
I guess not.
It's private. Tonight is private. Yours and mine. And I don't want anybody else to have any of it.
Okay then.
Now, when you hear the shot, I don't want you to come in. First of all, you won't be able to get in by yourself, but I don't want you trying. Call Dawson, then call the police, then call Agnes. And you'll need something to do until somebody gets here, so wash the hot chocolate pan. You wash that pan till you hear the doorbell ring. And I don't care if it's an hour, you keep washing that pan.
I'll make my calls, and then I'll just sit. I don't need something to do. What will the police say?
They'll do that gunpowder test, I guess, and ask you what happened. And by that time, the ambulance will be here, and they'll come in and get me. But you know how that goes. You stay out here with Dawson and Loretta. You keep Dawson out here. I want the police in the room first, not Dawson, okay?
What if Dawson and Loretta want me to go home with them?
It's up to you.
I think I'll stay here. All they got is sink.
Maybe Agnes could come stay with you for a few days.
Rather be by myself, I think. Want me to give people those things?
I want Loretta to have my little calculator. Dawson bought it for himself, you know. But then he saw one that he liked better. And he couldn't bring both of them home with Loretta counting every penny the way she does. So he gave the first one to me. It'd be funny for her to have it now, don't you think? And all my house shoes are in a sack for her in my closet. Tell her I've never worn any of them, and that I know they'll fit. Make sure Dawson hears you tell her that. I'm glad he loves Loretta so much, but I wish he knew not everybody had her size feet.
Okay.
This letter's for Dawson, but it's mostly about you. So read it if you want. I've got a list of presents for you for at least 20 more Christmases and birthdays. So if you want anything special, you better add it to the list before you give it to him. Or if you want to be surprised, just don't read that page. This Christmas, you're getting mostly stuff for the house, like a new rug in your bathroom and needlework. But next Christmas, you're really going to costume next Christmas. I think you'll like it a lot, and you'd never think of it.
How do you think he'll go for?
I think he'll feel like a real jerk if he doesn't, me telling him to like this and all. Now this number's where he called Cecil. I called it last week and he answered, so I know he still lives there.
You want me to tell him?
Tell him we talked about him, and I only had good things to say about him. But mainly tell him to find Ricky, and tell him what I did, and tell Ricky I have something out here from me and to come and get it.
What is it?
My watch.
He'll sell it.
That's the idea. I appreciate him not stealing it already. I'd like to buy him a good meal.
He'll buy dope with it.
Well then, I hope you get some good dope with it, Mama. The rest of this is for you.
Why'd you do all this? During my naps, I guess.
I guess. I tried to be quiet about it. Those are just little presents for whenever you need one. They're not bought presents. They're just things I thought you might like to look at. Pictures or things you thought you'd lost. Things you didn't even know you had. You'll see.
I don't think I want them. They'll remind me of you.
No, they won't. They're just things, like a free tube of toothpaste I found hanging on the door one day.
Oh. All right, then.
Well, maybe there is one nice present in there somewhere. It's Granny's ring she gave me. I thought you might like to have it, but I didn't think you'd want it if I gave it to you right now.
No, probably not. I'm ready for my manicure now. You want me to wash my hands again?
It's time for me to go, Mama.
You got all night, Jessie.
No, Mama.
It's not even 10 o'clock.
Let me go, Mama.
I can't. You can't do it. You didn't say you'd be so soon, Jessie. I'm scared. I love you.
Let go of me, Mama. I said everything I had to say.
You said you wanted to do my nails.
I can't. It's too late.
It's not too late.
I don't want you to wake Dawson and Loretta when you call. I want them to still be up and dressed so they can get right over.
Wake up real fast if they have to, Jessie. They don't matter who you do, I do. We're not finished yet. We still got things to take care of here. I don't know what to tell Dr. Davis when he calls, or when my prescription's off, or how much you want me to tell Ricky, or who I call to rate the
Don't
leaves.
try and stop me, Mama. You can't do
I
it.
can't too. I'll stand in front of the store and you can't get by me, Jessie. You have to knock me down to get away from me. I'm not about to let you.
Night, Mother.
Jessie? Jessie! You come out here, Jessie! Don't you do this! I'm not going to stop screaming till you open this door, Jessie! 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 What if I don't do all the things you told me to do? I told Cecil what a miserable man he was to make him feel the way he did. I'll give Ricky's watch to Dawson if I feel like it. And the only way you can make sure I do what you want is you come out and you make me, Jessie. Stop this! child. Forgive me. I thought you were mine. Loretta, let me talk to Dawson, honey.